If you've ever felt betrayed, overlooked, or blindsided by someone you trusted with your entire life, hit like, subscribe, and stay with me, because this story isn't just about cheating. It's about what happens when someone underestimates your silence. Laura and I had been married for 6 years. 6 years of routines, 6 years of shared bills, shared space, shared history. From the outside, we looked stable, predictable, safe. I worked long hours. She stayed home more often, picked up freelance work here and there. Our life had rhythm. Wake up, coffee, quick kiss, work, text during the day, dinner, Netflix, sleep, repeat. It wasn't exciting, but it was comfortable. At least, I thought it was. Looking back, the changes didn't come all at once. They never do. They slip in quietly. Laura started going to the gym more. New clothes, new routines, new passwords on her phone. Just trying to feel better about myself, she said once, smiling. And I believed her, because that's what trust does. It fills in the blanks with hope. Then came the distance. Not physical, emotional. She'd sit next to me, but feel miles away. Laugh at texts she wouldn't show me. Turn her phone slightly when I walked past. Work stuff, she'd say. I didn't push, because in marriage, you don't want to be that person. The suspicious one, the paranoid one, the one who doesn't trust. So I stayed quiet, and she got more comfortable. There's a kind of silence that doesn't come from peace. It comes from realization. The moment my phone lit up, my marriage didn't explode. It collapsed quietly. No shouting, no accusations, no tears, just one message. A man just walked into your wife's apartment. And in that moment, I didn't panic. I got quiet. And when I get quiet, people don't realize it's already over. I was in Dallas. Conference room, quarterly projections, fake smiles and forced attention. Then my phone lit up. A message from someone I barely knew. Kara, a neighbor I'd spoken to maybe 3 times. A huge guy just walked into your wife's apartment. I stared at the screen. Read it again, and again. My chest didn't tighten. My hands didn't shake. Instead, everything slowed down. Then came another message. He's still there. Black Dodge, visitor parking. That's when something shifted. Not panic, not anger, clarity. I stood up, walked out of the meeting. Didn't say a word, and started driving. 3 hours on the road. No music, no calls, just thoughts rearranging themselves. Late nights, gym sessions, that smile that felt rehearsed. Her sudden sweetness, too perfect, too timed, too controlled. It wasn't love, it was maintenance. She wasn't reconnecting, she was covering tracks. Another message from Kara. He just left. They kissed at the door. That line didn't break me. It confirmed everything, and confirmation is colder than shock. You're overthinking, she told me once. It's not a big deal. That became her default response. Late nights, relax, phone locked, privacy matters, distance, you're imagining things. And slowly, I started questioning myself. Maybe I was overreacting. Maybe I was too busy. Maybe I had neglected her. That's how it works. Not with explosions, but erosion. Small, steady, invisible. Until one day, there's nothing solid left. I didn't confront her that night. I didn't wake her. I didn't make a scene. I left, quietly, and knocked on Kara's door. She opened immediately. You okay? She asked. I paused, then said something that surprised even me. I need a witness. By morning, we had everything. Darren's identity, his schedule, his fiancée. Yes, he had one. Rachel, a nurse. Night shifts, which explained everything. Timing, pattern, efficiency. He wasn't just cheating, he had optimized it, and my wife fit perfectly into that system. That realization didn't hurt, it clarified. I got home just after midnight. But I didn't walk in like a husband. I moved like a stranger. Quiet, careful, observing. The apartment was dim, but it told a story. Wine glasses, too. A blanket tossed carelessly. Not hidden, not rushed. Comfortable. That's what hit hardest. Comfort. This wasn't new. This wasn't a mistake. This was routine. Then I saw her laptop. Open, unlocked, careless. Or maybe, she thought I'd never look. Messages. Weeks of them. His name, Darren. Personal trainer. Confident. Predictable. Available. Their conversations weren't subtle. They were bold. Planned. Scheduled. Like appointments. Like I was the interruption. Not the husband. I didn't react. I documented. Photos. Screenshots. Timestamps. Every detail. Every lie. Every proof. The next day, I watched. From Kara's apartment, 1:30 p.m., my wife texted me, "Miss you heart." 2:15 p.m., Darren arrived, right on schedule. I filmed everything. The door, the hug, the way she leaned into him. Familiar. Practiced. Then they disappeared inside, and something inside me completely shut off. Not anger, not sadness, just detachment. The next morning, I knocked on my own door. She opened it smiling. Bright, warm, perfect. Surprise, she said, like she was happy to see me. Like she hadn't been living a double life. Breakfast was ready. Eggs, bacon, toast, a performance. We sat, she talked, filled the silence, until it broke her. "Okay, what's wrong?" I slid my phone across the table. "Explain this." Her face drained. "Where did you get this? Does it matter? It's not what it looks like. It looks like cheating." Silence. Then anger. "You're never here. You made me feel invisible." I nodded slowly. "You made it a schedule." That hit her harder than yelling ever could. Then came the knock. She frowned. "Who is that?" Accountability. I opened the door. Kara walked in. Behind her, a lawyer. The room changed instantly. The air got heavier. Real. This wasn't an argument anymore. It was consequences. "You're leaving tonight," I said calmly. "Tomorrow, divorce papers." "You can't do that." I turned my phone toward her. An email draft, addressed to Rachel, with everything attached. "Should I send this now, or after you pack?" Silence. Then defeat. "Fine." She packed. Angry, bitter, broken. At the door, she snapped. "He's twice the man you'll ever be." I smiled slightly. "Then you should warn his fiancé." She froze, and left. The silence that followed was different, not empty, clean. I sent the email. 3 hours later. "Thank you. The wedding is off." That was it. No drama, no revenge, just truth. Doing what truth does. The divorce was quick, quiet, final. I didn't fight, didn't chase, didn't care, because I had already left, mentally. Months ago. I just didn't realize it. And somewhere in that process, Kara stayed. Coffee in the mornings, conversations without tension, presence without performance, no lies, no guessing, just honesty. 6 months later, I felt something I hadn't felt in years. Peace. And peace does something dangerous. It makes you brave. So I asked her. No grand speech, no dramatic setup, just truth. She said yes, laughing through tears. "Crazy how this started," she said. "Just one message. Marriage isn't about grand gestures. It's about consistency, respect, truth. And when those disappear, no amount of pretending can save it. You can't rebuild something someone keeps setting on fire. And sometimes, the strongest thing you can do is walk away quietly." If this story hit you in any way, hit like, subscribe, and tell me in the comments. What would you have done? Would you confront immediately, or stay silent and gather the truth? Because sometimes, the loudest ending comes from the quietest decision.